Wreck-It Ralph is the best animated movie Disney has made in a very long time. To break it down to its most basic components, it's about a guy who hates his job and wants to be free of the social constraints his job forces upon him. He plays the villain, so everyone treats him like the villain. Due to his experiences, he learns he can still be a good guy, but he just has to put up with his day job because people depend on him to do that job. Just because he plays a villain doesn't mean he's a bad guy. In the original movie, Ralph, John C. Reilly, travels into other games and is warned not to go turbo. Apparently, Turbo was a character that jumped into games and did a lot of damage in the process, so clearly game jumping is a bad thing and should be avoided. Sorry for the extended setup, but it's important to show how not only is the long-awaited sequel Ralph Breaks the Internet baffling by itself, it also violates rules at the core of the original. At its most superficial level, Ralph Breaks the Internet is about Vanellope's, Sarah Silverman's, game, Sugar Rush, being broken, having to deal with the idea of losing her game. She and Ralph decide to go into the internet and find the part needed for her game. That's the setup for the whole movie. During their adventure, Vanellope decides she is done with Sugar Rush and wants to join a new game on the internet called Slaughter Race, where one of the racers is the coolest girl she has ever met, and she can't stop talking about her. She likes this girl, Shank Gal Gadot, so much she doesn't think she'll be able to visit Ralph all the time like she does at the beginning. She likes this girl so much she will go turbo for her, except that term is never brought up, which makes Ralph seem like a jerk for wanting to stop her, even though the entire premise of the first movie was to prevent Ralph from committing that very same act. The moral of this movie on face value is solid. People change, and thus relationships change. However, the movie goes about that moral by violating the corresponding rules established in the first movie. Because of this, if you look for the moral in both movies together, you end up with, you should pursue whatever you want, except if you're Ralph. For the most part, this is an entertaining movie, and some of the jokes are spot on. It's just very confusing in its message, and it seems to forget what rules it set for this universe. Ralph Breaks the Internet ends up being kind of glitchy.
Hey, if you like this video, please make sure to hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe. That helps me out a lot. And if you really love this video, consider visiting my Patreon page.